Hi Scorpio, welcome. I'm Joy and this is Taurus Tarot, and we are looking at the energy for you Scorpio. So what is the energetic message that needs to come through for you? What is it that you need to hear about the energies that are you know have been present, are coming in, or will come in for you? Okay, that's kind of what we're looking at. So all right. So we're asking Source to please help us to understand our connection to all that is. Help us understand oneness. Help us to recognize the divinity within ourselves. Recognize that life force energy that is Source, that also exists in ourselves and everything around us. There is no separation. And when you are able to see the divinity in yourself, it's like your cup is full. And then once your cup is full, then your cup can overflow into others. And so just by being in a state of fullness, of understanding and realizing and understanding your connection to Source and all that is a very powerful thing. And and just by being in that vibration, you are actually lifting the vibration of the collective to that level. And it's almost like giving permission around you for to those around you to also be within that vibration. Yeah, so like so it's, you don't have to go out and do this crazy activism, or make these like definite like changes in the world or whatever. I mean, that's all a great thing, but oftentimes that is attached to ego. It's like it's like making a donation because it makes you feel like you're doing something. It makes your ego feel good, right? But that's not the reason why we should give, right? We don't give to others purely to make ourselves feel good. We give to others purely for the sake of giving, right? And that's there's a fine line between that sometimes. And so it's important to be conscious of excuse me. Sorry. Of why you make certain decisions, right? Okay, so we have the Two of Pentacles here. Justice. Justice is a wonderful card. Love that card. King of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. And the Magician. Wish that could focus a little bit better. There we go. So, wow, lots of Pentacles, right? And two major Arcana cards, the Justice and the Magician. And these are like really big events for you. Major Arcana cards are the big themes happening for you, right? So the first big theme is justice, and that is kind of like a balancing of karma. Justice card is typically a good thing, like something that is beneficial for you. It's like a balancing in a good way, right? So like a balancing of karma in a good way, not necessarily in the way that that is challenging or painful. Okay. And then the Magician is an incredible card about the law of attraction, basically, and your ability to bring in anything that you desire. But the law of attraction is I feel something that is oftentimes misunderstood. I think it's the first thing that people come to on their spiritual journey is the universal law of attraction. But there's a different understanding of this, the law of attraction, that has to be realized, and that is that you are only able to manifest that which you are in the vibration of, right? So if you are in a vibration of of jealousy or you know, coveting or whatever, then that's what you are going to attract to yourself, right? And so if you are looking for riches, say wealth, then you really have to be in the vibration of wealth, the vibration of you are deserving of the wealth that comes to you, that you are already in a state of, of wealth and riches, no matter where you are. You know, you believe that you are in a place where you already are wealthy, you already are in that vibration, and that you are deserving of anything in that vibration that comes towards you, right? If you are in a vibration of lack or a poverty consciousness, right, where you believe like, oh, I never get money, you know, I'm always broke, you'll never be able to manifest those riches that you're looking for, because you're just not in the vibration of it. Okay, so the law of attraction is simple, but it's not as simple as you think. Okay, so with the Two of Pentacles, there's definitely something that you're trying to balance in your material world. There's something in your 3D physical reality that you're trying to find balance in, and I'm not quite sure what that is. You know, it's interesting. In this card here, there's definitely light that are emanating from these two pentacles here that he's sort of juggling, right, and trying to keep in line. But this light is also colorful. It's almost like this rainbow kind of color in there. Yeah. And also very interesting, there's a dolphin in the background with the ship in the background, right? So after the two of oh, sorry, no, I was thinking of something else. There's also the moon in the back there behind the ship, which is very indicative of your intuition. So maybe I'm feeling that it's kind of maybe something that is internal that you are trying to balance so that the external will also be balanced. Yeah. I'm not quite sure, like, how that manifests, but definitely something, you know, in your physical world that you are trying to balance, that is connected to your intuition. Interesting. And this guy here, he's very concentrated in this. He's very, his face is serious, and he's really concentrating. So this is something for you that is taking up a lot of your energy, a lot of your mental energy, a lot of your physical energy. Yeah. So, but it is going to balance out, because justice is the ultimate balancer, right? Justice is the, you know, the card of evening, of balancing, of yin and yang, of male and female, of light and dark, you know, of sun and moon. So it is coming. Whatever it is that you are trying to balance in your day-to-day life, it's coming for you. It's coming for you. And it is also coming in a way that provides more abundance for you. So you have the king of Pentacles there, and he's sitting there, and he's kind of just content. Like, he's like, you know, he's got his legs crossed. He's like out looking into the distance. He's got his gold throne, his gold specter, his, you know, the gold pentacle behind him. The moon is also present. The moon is also present here. Yeah. So, so it is, I feel like this recognition of the inner world. So we have the moon, you know, here and here, both with the pentacles. And so it's like this recognition of balancing in the inner world that leads to balancing in the external world, right? So as within, so without. So whatever is happening internally is going to be reflected in the external version of it, right? Is going to be reflected in the external world. And so, but these are coming into balance, right? And you start off here with the Two of Pentacles trying to balance, and you end up with the King of Pentacles, right? Which is the top of the order. The king has mastered the pentacles, and he's sitting pretty there. Like, I feel he's very abundant and he's very relaxed, and it's almost like he's mastered, you know, the inner self in order for it to be reflected in the outer self, the other self. Okay, and it's, I feel that that's all happening because of this Justice card here. Okay, that is sitting between the Two of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. And next is the Seven of Pentacles. And the Seven of Pentacles, like, you know, speaks of harvest, right? All of these fruits are ripe, ready for picking. There's a lot of abundance in this card. This tree is full of green leaves. It's full of fruit. There's wildlife. There's a little, like, squirrel or whatever that is on top of one of the fruits in the tree. There's the sheep in the background. The grass is very green. There's little mountains in the back, and there's shrubs, and her basket is empty, and she's ready to harvest. She's ready to harvest. Okay. And then next, after that, we have the Magician. And ultimately, this is the law of attraction, right? This is your ability to bring all of those things from the ethers, the inner world, wherever it may be, and manifest it into your daily life. You know, this is just like, you know, this man is powerful. He understands the way the universe works. He understands, or she understands, the balancing of all things, of cups, of swords, of wands, of coins, right? And look at this here. This just, you know, there's these circles here that just, you know, signify energy, and they really remind me of quantum physics and the way that, like, electrons and protons and whatnot kind of have this, like, energetic field around them. And so it really speaks to the idea that you know, there is an understanding of physics, and that, you know, there is this balancing also of the the what's the word I'm looking for? You know, the esoteric, right? The esoteric knowledge, the knowledge of our ancient ancestors, who were so much more connected to earth and connected to source than we are in this, you know, current space and time. And but the interesting thing is that all of that esoteric knowledge, you know, that was understood by our ancestors is now really currently being backed up by science. You know, if you take a look at quantum physics is just like basically like, I mean, it's still all theory, but it's like really good theory, right? Everything is almost always theory anyway, or it starts off that way. But it really does prove, quote unquote, the esoteric knowledge of our, you know, ancient ancestors. For example, the double slit experiment, right? What they learned from that was that these electrons, they actually do not manifest into physical reality until you actually observe them. And prior to observing them, they can exist in multiple places at the same time. And I don't know how they figured all of this out, but, you know, it is what it is, right? I don't need to figure it out. I need to know only that it resonates and it feels like truth. And so for me, it is truth. But these, you know, these particles can exist in multiple places at the same time, and that they do not actually solidify themselves into one space and time until they're actually, like, observed. And so to me, that just speaks of how really there are infinite possibilities always available to us, infinite possibilities. And it's only until we put our finger on one of them and almost like choose one of them that becomes real for us, right, in our physical reality. And that's, you know, that's the magician. That's the magician energy. It's like, you know, you can create whatever you want to create, but you have to be able to like put your finger on it, right? So you have to be able to like manifest the vibration of it first before bringing it in, you know, in your inner world, before bringing it in into your physical world. Okay, so I'm going off on a tangent a little bit, but for you, what's really happening is that there is some balancing happening for you for sure. There's in your physical world, but beginning in your internal world first, and then outward manifesting itself, you know, into your physical world. And it's very abundant, very abundant. There's all kinds of like coins and pentacles here. And it is really about, you know, reaping those things. Yeah, it's about just like, you know, she can pick as many as she wants. They're all ripe and waiting for her, you know. And then this is just really speaking of your ability to continuously make that happen, you know, at on demand sort of, right? So this is really powerful for you. So this is great. This is awesome. I feel like in a nutshell, this is you really discovering the ins and outs of the law of attraction, and really understanding it to a sense that you really are able to make it real for yourself. Okay, that is what it is. If you like the video, let me know. If you want to see more, subscribe. And wishing you all the best, sending lots of love. Aloha and Namaste.